Welcome to the 2021 RV Show. My name's Scott Terry with McClain's RV. We made it through the deep freeze and we thought there's no better time to start the spring RV season than today. So welcome, thanks for joining us. Let's get the show started. McClain's RV has been around since 1963 and we take pride in being family owned. We also take pride in taking care of our customers, so we partner with manufacturers that have the same priority. Let's start with Winnebago. The name is iconic with the RV industry. They've been doing this since 1958 and we've been partnered with them for over 45 years of our existence. And then we have KZ. We've been with KZ for over 25 years. They've been around since 1972 taking care of customers. They specialize in entry-level to mid-luxury travel trailers and fifth wheels. Their whole priority is to keep America camping, and we're right there with them. Next, we have Grand Design. We've been with them since their inception. Now they've become the most innovative and sought-after manufacturer in the country. Not only innovative, but the most value for the dollar and the most incredible customer service after the sale of anybody in our industry. All the RVs we've talked about, you're going to get a chance to see online with walkthrough presentations. But not only online, all 5 locations are open this weekend through Sunday with product manufacturer reps on site and promotions and specials and giveaways like you've never seen in 2021. So call, email, but most of all, walk in the dealerships and take advantage of these opportunities. Hope to see you there.
Hi, my name is Connor McCowan. I work at McClain's Longhorn RV in Sanger, Texas. Coming to you live from the first ever virtual RV show that we've put on this year. Today I'm going to be demoing the Winnebago Vita 24P in a virtual walkthrough. We've been really excited about this Winnebago Vita and when it's going to come in because it's got a lot of the new features that the Winnebago View featured in year models past. They have since made the Vita close to the same quality standard as the full-on Mercedes Sprinter chassis. This one's going to come with the safety features that the View used to offer, and that's going to be the touchscreen media, the infotainment center with the navigation and Wi-Fi hotspot. It's going to have heated power control cab seats that allow you to recline with a manual swivel, 3-point seat belts, climate control, front door, power locks with the remote, power windows, power mirrors. One of the favorites is the adaptive cruise control it's going to come with. It's going to offer lane keeping assist and a couple more features such as the traffic sign assist, the rain sensor that will engage when the windshield gets wet. It'll have a crosswind assist, a hill start assist, a 12-volt USB power points up front, and 2 cab seats that allow you to raise up. 2 cab cushions that will raise you up to put you at floor level while you're sitting in the front seats while they're swiveled. Now if you follow me around this way, we'll come around the slide side of the coach. Here's your driver door. You'll open this one up right here, and Mercedes chassis are going to have their fuel fill right here in the front. Diesel fuel, and this is going to be a 3.0 liter Mercedes diesel engine, 188 horsepower with 5,000 pounds of tow capacity. That'll be good enough to tow any small Jeep behind this vehicle if you choose to wander around the site where you are camping at the time. Coming on back down the slide, this one does have full body paint. It's an option that we chose on this coach to kind of premiere it and make it on the same level as the Winnebago View. Come down this way and you're going to open up some storage on the outside. That'd be good for sewer hoses, water hoses, things of that nature for hookups so that you can keep from bending down underneath the slide when you get onto your campsite. Coming around this way from underneath the slide, you're going to find your potable water hookup right here. You're going to have a city fill right here, right above your Zamp solar charger for an external solar panel, and a input for your cable if there's cable at the park that you're staying at. Right over here, a little bit more storage for things like a chair that you would bring with you on your camping trip, maybe a table you can set up a barbecue pit on, or just the tools that you're going to need to access anything that you're going to need to on the camping trip. Right down underneath this storage is going to be your dump station. So your gray water drain and your black waste tank drain. All in this one spot, one external spot, not in 2 of them, which is nice on this RV here. 30 amp power cord. You just fold it back up and fits right into this square right here. And then you're going to come around to the back side, and on this slide, you're going to see that it comes standard with a slide topper. This is to protect you from the elements when your slide is out. Maybe you're staying parked underneath some trees. Maybe you're on the beach and you don't want sand getting up there on your seals. That'll protect and maintain the slide for more longevity from the coach. Coming around this way, coming standard with an awning on a fully walkable PVC roof that's got a 15-year warranty. That's new to the Vita this year. Coming down underneath is a 500-pound vertical hitch weight and a 5,000-pound tow capacity for this here receiver hitch. If you look above a little bit higher, you'll find a black tank flush. This is different than the black tank drain that you found over there. Now once you hook up to your black tank drain, you're going to hook an RV hose up to this connection right here. Spray water around your tank so that when you're dumping, you can make sure you get everything out and it's cleaned properly. Looking up a little bit higher, there's going to be a camera on the rear of the RV to help you when you're driving down the road or reversing back into your spot or your storage facility. Coming around to the campsite of the coach, you can see here a big awning covering the entire camp space for you to lounge and enjoy your Sunday. Coming around here, you've got your exhaust for the furnace, the exhaust for your 6-gallon propane water heater, and a baggage door holding your propane tank on the inside. A little tip would be, you'll always know where your propane is on the RV because they do not put locks on that baggage door. That was a couple tidbits on the outside of the RV. Let's go inside and see some more features. Coming into the coach, you're going to see this hydraulic leveling system that's new to the Vita this year as well. This is going to be 4 stabilizer jacks to help you ground the RV whenever you get to the campsite. Coming into the cab, you've got 2 swivel chairs right here. As you can see, they provide a cab cushion to raise the height of the seat so that you're not knees to chest while you're trying to have a conversation. This one is equipped with the theater seating as opposed to the booth dinette option. These are recliners, not just theater seats. And what's neat about them, they will recline back and they're right in front of your TV for a perfect view. Up top here, you've got some space to sleep the grandkids, sleep the mother-in-law, whichever you choose. And these little things right here are pretty cool. So these are shades that are going to go over the window and the windshield of the front cab to keep you from having to put a curtain over this beautiful front Mercedes infotainment center that you're going to look at all the time. Coming back over this way, you've got a stainless steel appliance, a fixture for the water spout, and a parted sink there. And then you'll add the sink covers back on to gain a little bit more counter space. Really neat little feature. You got some storage behind the TV. Winnebago believes in using every bit of the RV for storage to accommodate for the customers. Fold this backwards one time, fold it back a second, and it kind of acts as a backsplash for your stovetop. Down underneath here is going to be your convection microwave, and beneath here would be a vent for your furnace as well. We'll close this off. And coming back here to the restroom, you've got a stainless steel sink with another fixture right there. Storage behind the medicine cabinet. And a shower with a squeegee door that will clean as it's moving back and forth. Turning this way to the queen bed. The queen bed will actually fold over itself. Just like that. In order to pull the slide in, you will need to fold the queen bed over itself so that you can have room to pull the slide in. As you can see, with the slide in right here, you'll still have great access to the restroom and be able to sit in your recliners just fine. So we'll pull this back over so that you can see these. Back here in the corner of the bedroom, you have a coax. So if you wanted to add satellite or you wanted cable into the RV, you can have this right here for your TV that you mounted in the bedroom. Something really neat about the Vita is going to be this 10.8 cubic foot residential refrigerator. Bigger than most refrigerators that are going to be in a 24-foot motorhome. This allows for quicker cooling. You can see all the fog coming from the freezer. This is a really, really neat option for you guys traveling down the road in order to save your propane for your furnace and your water heater. These cabinets right here are going to act as your pantry. These also have some adjustable shelves, so if you need to fit a large family-sized cereal box, you can actually move this up accordingly to what you're going to be storing. Really neat with this one down here on the bottom. You just pull it out. Everything's accessible. All tongue and grooved hardwood. Also, with these recliners, you've got a seat belt so your passengers can be fastened. And if you chose to do so, you can implant a table right here so that you can use it as your dining table as well as your lounging space. That's about it on the Winnebago Vita. My walkthrough won't do it justice. The best thing that you do is to come in and see me here at McClain's RV in Sanger. Once again, my name is Connor. You can find me here every day of the week, and I can't wait to see you guys at our virtual RV show. Have a good day.
So Winnebago just came out with a new small travel trailer called the Hike. It's got an exoskeleton on it. It's really cool. You can do this. Pretty cool. And it's all fiberglass. It's a one-piece fiberglass roof, so it's not TPO or that PVC stuff. Come see us.
Hi y'all, welcome to McClain's RV's virtual RV show. Wanted to welcome you to Rockwall, Texas, where we're coming to you from. My name's Carl. I'm going to be going over the Winnebago Hike, the 170S. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, so up front, we're going to talk a little bit about the standard electric hitch. This hitch is going to weigh in at 400 pounds. The great thing about this trailer is the total weight is only 3,300 pounds dry. So you can tow this one with a small SUV, something like a Toyota Highlander or a Yukon. The other great thing is it's only 6.5 feet wide, so you don't have to get large side mirrors to be able to see around it. All right. So up front, you're going to have a powder-coated flexible storage box. What this is going to do is enclose your propane tanks, also your house battery, and it gives you additional storage for something else that you might bring. The upgrade now from 2020 to 2021 with this storage box is it's actually elevated up off the frame, so it'll accommodate a weight distribution hitch. So that's a really nice upgrade. You'll notice on the outside this kind of crazy looking exoskeleton. This is actually designed to give you flexible tie-down points for your gear. The other great thing is it acts like a kind of a brush guard as well. All right, so this is all powder coated. For 2021, you're going to notice kind of a T clamp here rather than the C, so it's a little bit stronger. The nice thing is I'm 240 pounds and it's going to hold me no problem. So great way to get around your trailer and tie down things you need. All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the pass-through storage. Number one, you're going to see a really nice insulated door, magnetic latch. It is LED lit. And then you're going to have a quick disconnect for your battery right here. And something new for 2021 is what they did was they went ahead and installed a 100-watt solar panel on the roof, and then you do have your Go Power solar charger right there. Something also new for 2021 is you have An integrated full-size spare tire. It's really easy to use the provided latch here, and then all you have to do is just crank it down and it comes down on a chain like that. Super, super easy to get a hold of. All right. We'll come over here and you'll notice a 10-foot awning with an LED porch light. It does come out 8 feet, provides great space for entertaining out here. And then you do have a quick connect for your propane, so if you wanted to have a grill or fire pit underneath your awning, you can do that. All right, you're also going to have outdoor speakers that are going to be weatherproof, so you can have an indoor, outdoor, Bluetooth, CD, all that good stuff going on. You'll notice a 15-inch all-terrain tire. Has a pretty aggressive tread pattern, so you can get off the beaten path a little bit easier. You're also going to notice a powder-coated fender. That's also going to prevent a lot of that mud and debris from kicking up on the side of your trailer. The nice thing about this is it has a TorqueFlex suspension, which is going to act like an independent suspension, giving you a little bit more off-road accessibility. So if we come over here, again, you're going to notice this exoskeleton. So again, flexible tie-down points. You're also going to have some additional storage here. All right. If we come around the back, it is pre-prepped for a Voyager backup camera. You're also going to notice this exoskeleton goes all the way up to the top. So again, if you need to tie something down, you have flexible access to it. Down here, you're going to notice a hitch that's rated at 150 pounds. So you can actually put a bike rack there or a generator rack, whatever you want. Come around this side, you're going to have all of your connections, so your city water and your electric. You're also going to notice your tank pulls there. This trailer is 6 feet 5 inches. So if you're a little bit taller gentleman or lady, and you need to take a shower, you do have hot and cold shower access here. And it is on the off side of the camper, so you're not taking a shower by your front door. And you have your exhaust here for your water heater. It is a 6-gallon water heater. All right, so a little bit more about the trailer is, again, this exoskeleton is all the way around. So tons and tons of flexible storage points. You can put a toolie rack up there for a kayak or a paddleboard, whatever you needed. Being that this is only 3,300 pounds dry, again, you can tow it with an SUV and not have to worry about it. All right, so we're gonna come around to the front and I'm gonna show you a little bit about the inside of the trailer. All right, so here by the door, you're gonna have 2 steps, really nice, conveniently stows away. And then the other great thing is you're gonna have a really nice big grab handle. So when you walk in, you have some security there. All right, you're gonna have a gas assisted door, and you're also gonna have a really nice screened in door. So privacy shade up here. So if you wanted to have a little bit more privacy other than the tinted windows, you do have a privacy shade. All right, so you'll notice the flooring here. It's an infinity flooring. It's actually like marine grade. So what that's gonna do for you is provide you with a long life and really nice wear. All right, so we're gonna go a little bit on the inside now. I'm gonna show you some things. So welcome to the inside of the 170S Winnebago Hike. This is actually extremely roomy for something that's less than 21 feet in length and 6.5 feet wide. So we do have a RV queen size bed. Up top, you're gonna have a nice storage shelf with a plug, and then you'll notice over there you have a couple USB ports. You do have windows on either side, so it allows for a nice cross breeze and ventilation. So really, really nice. And then LED lights again. So these are touch lights. So if you don't want it, no problem. Press that and it goes away. I'm going to demonstrate for you how 3 adults can actually sleep in this under 21 foot trailer. And that's because of the dinette. It's really easy to take up and down. I'm going to show you that really quick. It takes about a minute, but all you have to do, remove this. There's a lever right here that you just pull. Bring this down. This slides down. And then you're going to use the back cushions to fill in the gap here. So again, you can get 3 adults. I'm 5'9". I know I'm not the tallest guy, but I can lay all the way down here, no problem. So it is nice and comfy as well. All right, so up top you're going to notice some really, really nice storage. What I love about these is they are pass-through. So if you have something a little bit longer, no problem, you can stick it in the side and it will pass through there. The other great thing I love is the kind of European styling, and the gunmetal color just really accentuates everything in this trailer. All right, so the kitchen, you also are going to have a gunmetal. This is dual fuel, so it's going to be gas and electric. And what I love is you actually have a nice freezer with a very insulated door, so you don't have to worry about that not retaining its temperature. You're going to have a convection microwave oven. So again, no oven, but you can do your oven needs there in the convection. So the reason why they didn't do the oven is for storage, and what they were able to accomplish here is pretty great. You do have drawers that come all the way out, so really nice. Tons of storage down here as well. All right, and what I really like is being the cook at my house, prep space is vitally important. So everything in here is flat, so when you're not actually cooking, you can actually prep here everything. You do have a 2-burner propane stove. You have a really nice complementary backsplash with LED lighting. Again, storage up top with these European style cabinets. And I love this. You have a residential style faucet with a sprayer. You do have an undermounted stainless steel tank, or sink, excuse me. And then you'll notice this little kind of flat button thing there. What it is, it's a wireless phone charger. So you can just pop your phone on there and charge while you're getting your breakfast ready. All right. So another thing I really like about the Winnebago is all of your controllers are here. All right, so you have your heat and AC, you have your slide out controls. It is pre-wired for Wi-Fi with the King system, so it's ready to go with the router. You're also going to have an enclosed underbelly with tank heaters. So those are 12-volt tank heaters. The switch for that's right here, really easy to get a hold of. This is where your flat screen TV is, so great vantage point from the entire trailer. We're going to go a little bit in the bathroom here, and one thing I really like is the fact that this is a dry bathroom. Again, on a under 21-foot trailer, you still have a 3-piece bathroom. Lots of storage in here, so medicine cabinet, plenty of under sink storage. All right, you have your plugs there, and then you do have your nice shower. And remember, you do have an exterior shower as well, so if you're a little bit taller, you can use that exterior shower. And I love this. Winnebago is smart enough to put a closet in for storage and hanging space. So tons and tons of room here. Put whatever you need. Plenty of room around the toilet, and you do have a towel bar already installed for you. All right. One other really nice piece to this is you have flexible pantry here. This is great. You can put whatever you want here. Something quick, grab it, head out the trailer to the park or wherever you're going. So really nice. And then you have your light switches for the cabin and also for your porch light here. Here's your connections for your CD, DVD player. It does have Bluetooth and USB as well. So again, indoor, outdoor speakers. You can play your music and continue the party inside from outside. It's really great. Up top here, I didn't talk about this yet, and I love this. Again, being a smaller trailer and having height and width kind of at the forefront of Winnebago's mind, you have a low profile AC. It's a 13.5 BTU which is going to be ample for this under 21 foot trailer. It'll cool it down very nicely in here. So again, my name's Carl Miller. I'm coming to you from McClain's RV in Rockwall. I want to thank you for coming out and visiting with us for the 2021 virtual RV show. If you have any questions, feel free to reach me. Again, Carl Miller, and I'm at McClain's RV in Rockwall. Thanks a lot.
Imagine the possibilities. With innovative floor plans starting around 5,000 pounds, Imagine hits the towing sweet spot for today's medium-duty trucks and SUVs. Imagine by Grand Design.
Hey, I'm Susan. I am with McClain's RV in Corinth. I'm here today to feature for you the 2021 Grand Design Imagine 2610 ML. Listen, y'all, this is one of our top sellers because of its affordable quality. I can't wait to show you all of that it has to offer. Let's begin here at the front. So we have really nice insulated door compartments for pass-through storage. There is a motion detector light in here, so whenever you open it up, it's already lit for you. Then whenever you close it, that light's gonna go out and that is not gonna draw on your battery. Then moving around the rig, you actually have two entry points. So this entry point is gonna take you into the master bedroom, which is great. If you need to let the dog out in the middle of the night, you're right here, which is wonderful. Then moving around, this door is actually gonna let you into the kitchen and dining area and living area. You've got a 110 outlet here, and then a cable so that you can set up your TV outside, sit around here and watch the game. You have a beautiful 20-foot awning that spans nearly the entire rig with the underlit light, and then two outdoor speakers that are going to pair Bluetooth with the stereo inside. So you can actually have the same music going on inside and outside. Then moving around here to the back, you do have a nitro fill spare tire here. You actually have a spray port here, so if you need to spray off your feet or whatever, your shoes before you go on the rig, you can do that. Then it's a 50 amp cord prepped for 2 ACs, and then you've got a walkable roof. So you've got this ladder where you can go up and you can check your seals a couple of times a year, make sure that's all good. And then you are also pre-wired for a Furrion observation camera. And listen, the value in that is that not only do you have that for when you're driving, but you also are able to check for safety before you even ever step out of your rig. Now, let's go take a look around the other side at the all-in-one docking station. We are now on the driver's side of the pass-through storage to take a look at the all-in-one docking station. Beginning at the top, we've got a 110 outlet, and then you've got your cable and satellite hookup. This is your battery disconnect, so whenever you're done camping, you can disconnect your battery so you're not drawing on it any longer. You've got your fresh tank fill and city water hookup here. Then you've also got hot and cold running water for a shower port. This is an access point, so you can bring your plugs and hoses up through here. This is completely enclosed, so it's not subject to the weather. This is your black tank flush, so you can keep that cleaned out. Then on the other side of the compartment, we've got another motion detector light, and then we have a tire link system, so you can monitor your tire pressure. Now, let's go check out the floor plan inside. I can't wait. Okay, we are inside the 2021 Grand Design Imagine 2610 ML. Let's start at the front in the master bedroom. We have a 60 by 80 queen size bed. There's cubbies on either side for your books. There's USB ports and 110 outlets, so you can hook up your computer, you can recharge your cell phone. There's also 2 reading lights. On either side of the bed, there's hanging storage, which is awesome. Then of course drawers for all of your personal belongings. Then there's also a window, and above that there's a place ready for a TV. There's a venting system above, so you can vent out hot or humid air. And then if this isn't enough storage for you, there's even under the bed storage. That slides right on across. So really making good use of the space. I really like the way they've used the space with the door. It does really create some privacy and even kind of a sound barrier between who's in the bedroom and then who's out in the main living area. Over here on this side, we've got 2 lounge chairs that have lighting, heat, and massage. There's even storage in here for your remote controls or your cell phone. Speaking of that, there's also a USB port on this side. Really nice roller shades. It's going to block out the sun. There's one here as well. And what I really like about this entire space is I can just picture, you know, a group of friends and family all sitting around here playing games. This is just a really nice entertainment space. You've got a TV up above, and then inside this cabinet you do have a CD, DVD player, and radio system. Now this actually has speakers that can be used inside or outside or both at the same time. So just underneath your media cabinet, you have this amazing U-shaped dinette area. And what I really love about this space is it's incredibly versatile. So this table can actually come out of your rig all the way if you need it outside. You can pull this out, and there's actually an ottoman that will pull out that has storage underneath it. You can make this out into basically an oversized twin bed. That ottoman can come out here and you can seat people everywhere. So I'd really love that. There's storage underneath. So again, Grand Designs does not hold back in making sure that every single space is utilized. Got a 110 outlet here. Then on the side of your media cabinet, you have Compass Connect system. What's really wonderful about this is that you can Bluetooth this to your phone with real-time diagnostics. You can check your measurements of all of your tanks. You can control your awning and your side and your lights. Below that, you've got some really handy little shoe storage. So come in here and kick off your shoes. Behind me is this wonderful pantry. I mean, tons of storage. But the other thing about this space is that if you have guests, then you really have a closet where your guests can put all of their personal belongings. Then let's go check out the kitchen. You have an 8 cubic foot refrigerator and freezer. This is actually functioning off of propane or electric. So even when you're driving down the road, you're keeping your food cold. So you've got your countertop space here, 3-burner stove and oven. Drawers on either side. I mean, nice deep drawers. I don't know if you know this or not, but these drawers stick on purpose so whenever you're traveling along, they just don't go flying out. You've got a microwave above and then more storage on either side. Then moving around over here, you've just got tons of countertop space. You've got an undermounted sink with a nice big basin. And what's great about this is that when you've got your great big skillets, you have space to use to actually get those things cleaned. You have storage all the way across for all of your cups and mugs and plates. I mean, a skillet can go in here. Very, very spacious. Then down below, you've got drawers all the way down here. You've got a little storage space here for your little sponges, and then more drawer space over here. Then, right above the kitchen area, you have a fan with a vent system, so you can kind of get the smells of the kitchen and the heat and humidity out of your rig. I don't want to forget to mention these windows that are right by your sink. Amazing source of light and letting air in and out of your kitchen, and just a feeling of openness. Let's take a look at the bathroom. Beginning with the shower, you've got a 30 by 36 shower with a skylight above. The sink area has nice countertop space. There are storage cabinets below. There's a medicine cabinet and another side cabinet above the sink area. You have a 110 outlet. Then to the left of the sink, you have little cubby holes that would be perfect for your hairspray bottles or for your towels. There's also a porcelain toilet with a step flush system, and then a nice sliding barn door.
Imagine the possibilities. With innovative floor plans starting around 5,000 pounds, Imagine hits the towing sweet spot for today's medium-duty trucks and SUVs. Imagine by Grand Design.
Hi, I'm Jeremy with McClain's RV in Oklahoma City. I'm going to show you this 2021 Grand Design Reflection 310 RLS. I'm going to start on the outside, just kind of hit a few features here and give you a good look at it. First off, we're sitting here at the front area. You got the painted front cap. You got the extended pin box for making sharp turns with that short bed truck. Grand Design even offers some of them with a turning point hitch that you can get for your short bed Chevy or any truck you got in a half ton. Going around here, you've got your pass-through belly storage. Convenient, you got a motion light in it, so you kick the door up, your light automatically comes on, real convenient. Also nice for whenever you shut the door, if you forgot to turn a light off, it's got a delay on it, it's going to shut the light off, not run down your 12-volt battery. Also in there, you see that key there with the red, real nice feature for when you're not using the RV. That's a battery disconnect to kill the batteries. Hope we don't need this tool ever. That's a rare need, but it's a crank. If you ever had to manually move your slide rooms in or out, you could. Of course, with the reflection, you're going to get the upgraded 30-pound propane bottles. You got a bottle on the other side with an automatic switch over. Obviously, we got the fiberglass exterior, which Grand Design does a 3-year structural warranty on their exterior. It's pinch rolled fiberglass, 100% glue coverage. They test every sidewall that they do to ensure lasting quality. The graphics that we see on the RV, which Grand Design takes real serious. They don't like to have RVs that are 3-4 years old in campgrounds with faded or checkering graphics. They put a 5-year warranty on their graphics. So if you get a failure where it's not looking like it should, Grand Design takes care of that. They want their units looking top notch at all times. The awning, everyone thinks that, so now we know most companies, everybody's kind of gone to the power awning with the light bar incorporated in it. Where Grand Design goes the extra mile in the awning department, look at the lengths of awnings. Grand Design does a good job of covering the whole patio area. And then in this coach in particular, this 310 RLS, a lot of units with the opposing slides, the slide gets into your area where you're going to be hanging out and whatnot. So this unit not having the slide on this door side gives you a lot more open area to play with here for your entertaining area outside the coach with your family and friends. Working around, as you can see the levelers right there behind the tires, this is a true leveling system. It's a 4-point auto level. As we work around the other side, I'll show you the buttons. Grand Design's even got an app that they've got for this called the Compass Connect, which is really neat. You can put it on your phone, you can run the awning, you can run the jacks, you can run the slides, you can do it all from the app on your phone. I was playing with it the other day. It's even got a deal where you can keep up with the voltage on the coach as far as where your battery levels are. You can even run the lighting zones in the RV, so real handy. There's also, as we work around, there's an exterior spot on the unit where it's got a pad, a digital pad that you can run all that from there as well. Come to the steps, the solid steps that hit the ground, and the distance from the ground. That's a big thing for a lot of people with the knee replacements or physical deal, making it real solid. And this is the latest, greatest. When it's dark outside, you got the LED light that shines on the steps, so you got good visibility. But the thing that I like about this step is, people talk about getting dirt or whatnot in the RV. these steps flip up like this, so you can get that dirt off of the steps before you fold them into the house. Get ready to go. Real nice feature, and of course the big assist handle is always a nice feature to have. Of course, I mentioned it, but if you're outside, I kind of skimmed over, but you do have the outside speakers. They've got light bars in them too. Looks real neat in the campground. You do have an exterior TV hookup here too, so if you want to watch that game or bring a deal out here, you've got the TV hookup that you can utilize that and entertain that. I was talking about the 5-year warranty on the graphics. Also on the tires, they've got the Lion's Head warranty on the tires, which is a 5-year warranty. 1 year, no questions asked. Road hazard, it doesn't matter. Whatever happens, if the tire's damaged, the warranty replaces the tire. One feature in that 5-year warranty as well is 2 years you get roadside assistance, so that's a nice deal if you need help with the change of the tire. We'll flip here. It's got a roof ladder to access that roof if you need to get up there to inspect it regularly to make sure everything's right up there. If you need to do just a good cleaning, or if you're out there you get some debris in the slide room and you need to sweep it off before you pull it in, you've got easy access to that fully walkable roof. Also here, you've got a receiver hitch here, and this isn't, it's really evolved. Grand Design's taken this to a whole nother level. A lot of the receivers on some of the competitors or RVs out there are pretty much just for small, light, they're not rated to do much, maybe for a carrier or something real simple. Believe it or not, this is a 3,000-pound hitch. It's got power to it, so if you do want to pull that small boat, or if you want to pull that small utility trailer or something with a toy on it, this thing's rated to pull. It's in the running to pull about anything from a toy standpoint that you want to put back here within reason. And then a Grand Design standard is the laminated rear wall. Most companies, they'll do the side walls, but they'll try to save in areas. Grand Design, the integrity of the structure, going back to that 3-year warranty, you got a solid rear wall. They do it on the end of the slide rooms. Also, on the top of the slides. You can't walk on some of the competitors' roofs. You can on the Grand Design. So laminated ends of the slide walls and of the rear wall. And then all these seams too that you see in the Grand Design around the windows, around in every area of importance of any seam, Grand Design does that with their Mylar tape, which doesn't expand with heat. It don't shrink with cold. Also another measure that they do to ensure that your RV is going to last for a lot of years. This is that slide room I'm talking about where it's laminating solid. If you're looking at other competitors' units, hit on that back wall, hit on that slide-in wall, and see maybe where the Grand Design makes a difference in that category. We'll roll it around here. This unit, of course, it's a 50 amp unit. You've got about a 20-foot plus cord. Of course, no big deal to get an extension cord for this if you need to. If you're trying to plug it up to an area that's further away. Also, no big deal if you need to, camp at that 30 amp spot, or you need to reduce down to camp in a friend's driveway. You can go down to 30 or 110 with the adapters that we have on hand easily. 6-gallon hot water tank, gas or electric DSI, quick recovery. These things are speeding up at a rate that I've not seen before. You're up to like 17.8 gallons per hour. So it's got a quick recovery on it to ensure you're taken care of on that end. And now we're kind of sitting here in an area that's your wet bay, your universal. First off, this is a heated bay. So all your valves there for dumping your tanks are all heated and closed. They're also up here to where they're easy to access. You're not having to bend down to get to them. So they're all right here. And this covers everything. This covers You winterize from here. If you want to dry camp and fill your fresh water tank, you do it from here. There's your pump button. If you want to clean and wash out your black tank, you've got your black tank flush here. So, and then if you want to winterize the RV, so they've there's no more having to go in the RV with the screw gun, taking cabinets apart to bypass the hot water heater. If you want to winterize everything here, from freshwater camping to storing the camper to dumping the camper, everything's done in this utility area right here. And all the other side of that pass-through storage with the motion sensor lighting. Real neat feature forever. You as an RVer, real important, your tires going up and down the road, and making sure your tire pressure is correct. Checking your tires before you leave every time is a big thing, making sure that they're ready and roadworthy. This is a tire monitor system that Grand Design has standard on these reflections now, which is really neat. It'll plug in here and you can see what your readings are. You can also incorporate that on that Compass app that I was talking about that you can put on your phone. So you can have all that right there at the convenience of your hand if you want to, without having to come down here. This is the LCI screen. You can run the auto leveling from here, and the functions, same thing. It incorporates with that app you can put on your phone as well. 2-inch baggage doors, a little bit thicker. Some companies might do a 1-inch, so a 2-inch door. The 30-pound bottle, the second bottle on the other side of the unit. And then Grand Design also, so you can see when you're hooking up. A lot of companies, you have to be back here to run the power for the front jacks. You can't see your truck. Lighting here under the slide, but right here you can just press the up and down. But what I recommend, this cool little auto, this hitch height deal, is you can program it like a memory seat on your car. You just memory, punch it in what the height needs to be for hooking up your vehicle. Makes it quick. Hit the button, it'll go to the correct height, back up, and always making your life easier on the road. So we've kind of made a loop around the coach. Back to center, I want to transition into the inside. We'll hit that up here. Let's head in that direction. Okay, so let's get started on the inside. One thing about this unit on the floor plan that stands out to a lot of people is it doesn't have the island. So now you look at a lot of units now in the marketplace in the rear living segment, and you see one island after another. So all you buyers out there that don't particularly like the island, you've got the space, you've got the floor space here. And it's crazy, you do it here without the slide on this side, and you save that weight and you save that room on the outside, and you take that out, you got tons of space in here. And then two big things to focus in on the 310 RLS floor plan. One is the larger. This is bigger than your typical booth dinette. This is an 80-inch U dinette. It seats more people, and also occasionally if you need it for a bed, this breaks down. And to think about it, the RV's 8 foot wide basically, so of anyone that's pretty tall, this is going to make a decent secondary bed for your guests. And then of course the picture windows, your views, large windows to see. Also, whenever you want to keep, it's got the roller shades, and it's the black, cuts out a lot of the sunlight in the unit, way better than the cloth accordion shades that the tension would always be suspect. Real nice, stop them wherever you want. Got the overhead cabinets, all the solid wood frame doors. And then we go to the sofa. So we got the bigger booth, but this is also theater seating. That's 3 cushions. Most of them are 2. So if you want to actually, lay on it, I'm close to 6 foot tall. That's a comfortable sofa. You do have the kick that comes down with the cup holders. You got the heat, the massage, the lighted cup holders, and you've got three wall hugging recliners. Real comfortable, and what everybody wants is they want it to be right on the TV. So you're not looking down that way to watch the TV. Everything sets up real convenient. I mean, that, you know, so it makes it versatile. You got that bigger bed, bigger booth, seats more people, bigger sofa, and faces the TV. So win, win, win in a lot of situations for a lot of people. Counter space as we transition here. I mean, as you can see, I mean, you're not hurting there at all. Lots of counter space. Residential sized microwave, not the little tiny one. Self-ignite burners. You hold down, everything real convenient on that. Glass top that picks you up more workspace if you need it. Same with the sink covers on that. Stainless steel sink. Raised faucet for doing those dishes, makes it easy. And flip up countertop extension here to even make that more generous if needed. You always got to have a place to store the food. Got a built-in pantry here. And it's accompanied by, and this is really a good play here, for an RV here in this segment that's under 10,000 pounds and under 34 foot long. You don't always see this refrigerator upgrade to this 12 cubic foot refrigerator. So real large refrigerator, especially for the size of fifth wheel that we're in. You know, a lot of times this size, this is a big score for that. So kind of an overview on this floor plan where it kind of hits is, you know, good TV positioning, bigger sofa, bigger booth, lots of counter space, all equals a pretty big win in this area on this RV. We'll head up here to as we'll work up to the bathroom. Obviously, no carpet on the steps. That's a high traffic area going in and out, so it makes it nice there. And I almost forgot to, if you're cooking or whatnot, it's got a power 4-speed max air fan. So not just your basic 1-speed fan. That's got a thermostat right here that you can hit to open and shut it, and it's got a rain sensor in it, so a little convenience there. As we come up to the top, we focus here on the bathroom. One thing big is you've got a one-piece shower, so the floor all the way up is a one-piece shell. You don't have a floor with a wallboard around it where it's flimsy. All one piece, and then the oversized skylight makes it for, you know, people with a lot more height. You got that headroom where you feel like, and you can see you got a lot of room in this, and a lot of the ladies, big fan, they've got the seat here, or it's just a nice place to put a lot of stuff. I mean, you know, makes it a little more comfortable, just like you're at home. Decent sized medicine cabinet, decent sized mirror, and then it does have a porcelain potty. So it doesn't have a cheap plastic potty, a little place for some towels. So overall, real functional bathroom, and the counter space around the sink. So this is always a place I like to focus in. You know, if an RV cuts it down to where you're only dealing with about 6 inches on both sides, it can kind of be frustrating. So generous in all those areas. As we head to the bedroom, another little common theme as we got is in the size of this unit, a lot of companies will go, you know, when they're going for this size in a mid-profile fifth wheel, one area that normally gets sacrificed is the bedroom. You normally can't get a smaller fifth wheel with an east-west king bed slide. And that's what's a real win in this unit as well, is you got the king bed and you got the bed slide. So you got all this room, you can get around the bed. Of course, there's storage underneath the bed. Grand Design uses a plywood mattress deal here, so it don't warp or start to get wavy, you know, real solid. And then one thing I really like is these current mattresses that they're using. I'm hearing more and more, you know, the old deal was you'd hear people say, oh, I got a topper for it, or I went and got my own. I'm getting a lot of feedback on these latest run of mattresses that Reflection's doing, that people are saying, I love it, you know, and that's what we like to hear. This is here a good score, especially right now that you've got 2 air conditioners on this unit too. So you got a 15 BTU in the main. This is a 13.5 low profile air conditioner on this one. So if you're getting into those places where you want to save some height, Grand Design does cut that down to a low profile air to save some height on the unit. Because one thing on a mid profile is we are trying to be you know, we are trying to cut size. We want to be able to get in all the spots. So that's going to help you in that. And all the drawers here up front, tons of drawers to pull out. So again, we got those roller shades that we were talking about. Your TV, people, oh, where am I going to put my TV? It's backed right here. Grand Design puts AGS backers in all their RVs for places where they're hanging that, to where when you put that in, the TV will have a solid place to sit, to where it'll ride safely and it'll be secured to the wall. There's your 110 it goes to. There's your cable satellite, and then the big win. Anytime you get a bed slide where it goes east-west, it opens up this huge front closet in the front. So you've got the ability to also, you got washer dryer hookups. You can do the washer on this side, the dryer on that side, or you can just go with a combo unit and you can utilize more of the storage space. Or if it's not something you want, but you always got that option. So kind of my big takeaway on this unit is for the size, it's got some big features. King bed, washer dryer hookups, bigger U-shaped booth, lots of counter space. Lots of space outside because you're not messing with that slide on that door side that opens that up. All your big conveniences with the auto leveling. You got the ability with the receiver hitch to pull things if you want to take something behind you. Just the big refrigerator, the 12 cubic foot refrigerator. So tons of big features incorporated in this. Glad that I was able to show it to you, and I appreciate your time.
Hi, welcome to McClain's RV. My name is Jacoby, and today we're going to take a look at the Winnebago Forza 38F. We're going to start with looking at some of the features on the outside, and then we'll work our way inside. This is a 39-foot, 10-inch motorhome. It is 12 feet tall and 8 feet 5.5 inches wide. It sits on a Freightliner XCS chassis, which is a straight rail frame, and it has a 340 horsepower Cummins diesel engine pushing it down the road. It's got 700 foot-pounds of torque and a 10,000 pound tow capacity. Let's take a look at some of the things that you don't normally see on a motorhome. Winnebago is really impressive when it comes to the things that you can't touch and feel. Close to 80% of their motorhomes are manufactured in-house in one location in Forest City, Iowa. And by 80%, I mean things like the aluminum is extruded in-house, the steel is E-coated in-house, their tanks are made in-house, their wiring harness are all put together in-house, and the quality is top-notch. If you look at this motorhome, and you might not notice unless it's pointed out, the A-pillars, for example, are very small. The reason that Winnebago is able to accomplish that is because this entire cab is surrounded by steel. Most manufacturers will use a fiberglass to an aluminum here. Winnebago actually uses steel. In fact, if you notice this little model we've got, this is a replica of a Class A motorhome, and this is all steel all the way around. Now this is an older style which would have had the split window, but now of course it's one solid piece. And that windshield is huge. I mean, it's one solid piece of glass and there's no seam down the middle. And it's just like a beautiful picture window when you're driving down the road. Now the steel on this motorhome is all E-coated. What that means is rather than just spray painting it black, it actually goes through a chemical process that will keep the steel from rusting. Most manufacturers or motorhomes, you won't really want to look under the hood because you'll see a lot of rust. I'm going to show you under the hood here where the generator is and where the steel is, so you can see what it looks like on this new motorhome here. So the generator on this Forza is a 6,000 watt diesel Cummins generator. All of the steel in here is E-coated, and that's why you don't see any rust. Having the generator up at the front of the motorhome is great for dry camping, meaning no hookups, because you don't really hear the generator when you're sleeping at night. It's a larger generator, which is quieter, and it's also all the way at the front, nearly 40 feet away from you when you're sleeping. Let's take a look around the outside, look at the storage and a few other features on the motorhome. If you notice, the side of this motorhome is all these really nice colors. That's actually full body paint. It takes nearly 200 man hours for them to complete the paint process on this motorhome. And it looks fantastic. And it'll look like this for years to come with a buff and wax from time to time. Right here is a dual fuel fill. There's a fuel fill here and there's a fuel fill on the other side, which is great. I mean, you got 40 feet of motorhome, or nearly 40 feet. You don't want to have to be picky about where you're filling up. This down here is actually a dog leash tether. This is a pet-friendly coach. And underneath, if you see those lights, that's actually a part of the motorhome. Those are ground effects lighting that is controlled by an app on your phone. You can get the lights to dance to music. You can adjust the colors, the pattern, the timing. At night, it looks really cool. Now, the 38F has 228 cubic feet of storage. Exterior storage, not just total storage, but just on the exterior, 228 cubic feet. So take more of the stuff that you want to take with you. All of the storage is carpeted, which is great for noise insulation, and it's also climate controlled. So if you have things that you don't want to get to freezing temperatures, it's a great place to put it. Over here, if you didn't already notice, this actually passes above and below the frame rails all the way to the other side. These compartments are all lighted. There's a master switch where you can turn the light on and off of the motorhome, and then they individually have lights to turn on and off as well. Working our way around the back of the motorhome, this is where our coach battery, or our coach batteries are located. You've got 4 of them, and there's room for 2 more if you ever wanted to upgrade. And on the back is where the engine is located. Again, 340 horsepower Cummins diesel motor. This will tow 10,000 pounds. It has 700 foot-pounds of torque, which is great for climbing through the mountains. And it's all the way at the rear of the motorhome. And what's great about that, when you're driving, you don't actually hear the engine as much, being that it's all the way behind you. It's a nice and quiet ride. Well, let's go check out some of the features inside. Coming into the motorhome, you'll notice a dual power step, a nice big entry door. Winnebago actually manufactures this entry door in-house. It was a piece of the sidewall of the motorhome before it was a door. The reason that they manufacture their own doors is, one, for noise insulation, and so they can put a larger door in the space. Let's go inside. We'll look at some of the cool stuff this motorhome has to offer inside. Starting at the cab of the motorhome, Winnebago has recently received the upgraded Freightliner features, which have the cruise control integrated into the steering wheel, and of course the digital dash control integrated into the steering wheel, and the gear selector integrated into the steering column. Up at the front of the motorhome, you've got a nice big screen for viewing your cameras. This has both side view and backup cameras. And of course, it will Bluetooth connect to your phone for music, talking on the phone, and my favorite audiobooks. Both of these seats are power seats, and they will spin to face the rear of the motorhome. In total, you've got, including the driver and passenger seat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seat belts. As we work our way around the motorhome, feature by feature, starting with the dinette. This is actually a Winnebago exclusive benchmark dinette. It doesn't have one of those old posts that knocks your knee when you're sitting at it. And when you want to make it into a bed, you simply pull a lever and push it down and it slides into place. These dinettes are actually built like residential pieces of furniture. They're inner spring, and the way they lift up makes it super easy to get to the storage, rather than a piece of plywood with a piece of foam sitting on top of it. This motorhome is equipped with dual pane windows, and the windows are covered by solar shades as well as MCD blackout shades. Moving back towards the rear, you'll notice this huge piece of storage here. These are actually drawers that roll all the way out. This is a tri-fold sofa, and it has 3 seat belts in it. Now, you notice all these seat belts, they're actually mounted into steel points in the frame, rather than just being screwed into the wood decking. And that goes the same for a lot of the larger components, appliances, and all the cabinetry in the motorhome. In fact, like this cabinet right here, all this storage, you'll notice, this goes all the way back towards the front as well. It's all carpeted for noise insulation, but it's actually, I mean, it is mounted into steel in the frame. I'm about 200 pounds and do that all the time for fun. The lighting is controlled through a multiplex wiring system. You have one panel here, one panel in the front by the entry door, one panel in the galley, and one in the bedroom as well. Moving back towards the rear of the motorhome, you'll notice more storage again. And you know, one thing people always ask me is, what are these little things for? There's actually little tables that will plug in right here and are perfect for an iPad or a laptop. Continuing around to the other side of the motorhome, you'll notice that that sofa sits directly across from this massive flat screen Samsung TV. What I like about it is that it pulls out and it has this articulating arm to where it can face anywhere in the coach. In fact, if you're sitting on this sofa, you don't even need your glasses to watch it. This TV does come with a sound bar and a subwoofer. And below the TV, there's the electric fireplace. What's great about that fireplace is it does actually produce some heat. It's not just for looks, and the heat is an electric heat source. It's not propane. Let's take a look at the kitchen. There's 2 big pantries in here, one on this passenger side and then one on the driver's side. All of the shelves are adjustable and they're carpeted, which is great for noise insulation. The refrigerator in this thing is a residential refrigerator. It's massive, and it's got a ice maker built in. The sink is a double bowl stainless steel. It's undermount. It sits in a Corian countertop. And the faucet is actual metal and has a deal that pops out right there. Nice cabinetry and storage up above. Again, adjustable shelves. You know, one thing that's really unique about Winnebago is everything from their cabinetry to their furniture to a lot of other components are built and have a serial tag by Winnebago. So if you ever needed to replace this part in the future, you actually have a serial number for it. This microwave is a convection microwave. It's Whirlpool, it's a residential appliance. And just below the microwave is the cooktop. It's a 3-burner propane cooktop. This has close to 100 pounds of propane on board. So it's going to be plenty for cooking, water heater, and everything propane related. And then what is great is all this storage underneath. You've got nice deep drawers And this is a great spot for a trash can or any countertop appliances. Next, we'll take a look at the back half of the motorhome. So, starting over here, again, this is another pantry or additional storage, however you'd like to use it. Adjustable shelves, carpeted for noise insulation. Whirlpool, stackable washer and dryer. All of the appliances in this motorhome are Whirlpool. Moving over to the middle of the motorhome, this Forza is equipped with this panel here that will read your tank levels. You can turn on your lights, start and stop the generator, turn on the water pump, operate the slides, operate lights. I already said that one, but you can do just about everything on this panel here. And this is where you turn on that continuous hot water heater, the Truma AquaGo. Just behind this door is the half bath. This coach is a bath and a half with a porcelain toilet there. Nice storage in here. And if this was a his and hers, this would be the his. On this side, you have your king size bed. This is it's like a sleep number bed. It's an ideal rest where you can actually adjust the pressure on each side of the motorhome, or on each side of the bed. There's built-in phone chargers on each side of the bed as well. You just simply rest your phone on that and it will charge it. There's plugs on each side for additional, CPAP machines or medical devices. Nice storage up above the bed. And 2 windows on either side, both open, which is great for cross ventilation when you're camping out in nice weather. Let's take a look at the storage here in the bedroom. When the slides come in, you still have access to all the storage up top. Again, another flat screen Samsung TV. Hanging storage and drawers. More hanging storage here. And there's actually storage that goes behind the TV in this closet. If that's not enough storage for you, you have even more right here. And again, 4 huge drawers down below. Let's check out the master bathroom. This has a dual vanity. Lots of storage behind the mirrors, storage in the cabinets next to the sinks and under the sinks. And this one has the Tecna toilet. And a great big shower, of course. And that's been the Winnebago Forza 38F. Come down and see us at McClain's RV. We're family owned and operated, been in business almost 60 years. And we have certified technicians, and we are here to serve you. This motorhome is a 2020 model. It is still for sale. And come and ask for me. My name is Jacoby. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Well, hello all you happy campers out there. This is Hunter Pruitt, the RV Hunter, down here at McClain's RV in Sanger, Texas. We're actually in the largest RV center in the entire state of Texas in terms of both sales and service center. But I'm here today to showcase our 2021 Grand Design Solitude 345 GK-R. -R standing for residential fridge. But this is actually going to be a very intensive video walkthrough for those of you who might not be familiar with the Grand Design Solitude line, or even for those of you who might be but don't really know what goes on behind the walls. Being the Grand Design product specialist, I want to really kind of go into all those details. But first and foremost, I want to kind of pinpoint some features on the outside of the camper, and then we'll go on in. But one of the first things that I wanted to showcase are these brand new steps by MoreRide. They're called the Step Above system. Notice how easy they are to get up and down. They're all gas assisted, but one really neat thing, there are a few complaints about some of the standard solid steps, one of which being they're big and clunky. Well, hey, that's solved. Gas assisted, no problems there. But also, if you're parked really close to another camper in a storage site or something like that, usually you have a small pin here that you have to take out to adjust these legs up and down. You can't really do that with the stairs inside the door. So what Grand Design did is they paired up with MoreRide, and now they're offering these steps that can just slink right down inside, but they're just as easy to adjust on the other side. You just kind of pull on it. It has its own adjustment straight to the ground. You can also add another grab handle here. So for mobility purposes, if you need another assisted grab handle, you can put one there. The other thing Grand Design did to kind of combat some of the complaints about these solid steps is give you a spray port right here. What's neat about that is you're now no longer going to take all your dirt and debris and just kick it up inside. First, you're going to be able to hose off your shoes before you go in, and then hose off the steps right as you're leaving your campsite, ready to pack up. And so that's a huge convenience there. This door is magnetic, holds right in place right there. Do have outlets here. Motion sense lighting that's kind of become standard and norm on the Grand Design model. But that'll come on right as soon as you open this nice magnetic slam latch pass-through door here. I wanted to point out the thickness of the fiberglass on this door. Very nice, very solid, going to keep this entire compartment heated, not just with stagnant air, but actually with a forced air duct that you can see right there. Grand Design has its own duct, where most camper brands just give you a vent at the base of the stair that allows hot air to free flow back and forth. This is all closed off, forced air duct there, and I'll show you where another one is on the other side too in this enclosed pump station. One of the neat features though about this pass-through storage is the fact that it's flat and level all the way across. That is due to Grand Design's 10-inch drop frame. It's a 12-inch main frame, but it's a 10-inch drop frame, about 2 inches thicker than every other camper brand's 8-inch drop frame. But that prevents you from having a big lip here. It gives you a much deeper storage compartment. You can see how it's built and framed all the way throughout. But there are a few features in this pass-through storage I also wanted to point out, one of which being this central vacuum here. This is the hose that goes along with it, so you can clean out this whole compartment, but it also goes inside, and it will stretch from tip to tip, even on the longer 41-foot models. This here is your tire pressure monitor system, new on the 2021s. They come with stems that just install on your new, they can come now standard, these Grand Design Solitudes with H-rated Cooper tires that are 17.5 inches. We'll get a view of that on the other side. But you also have this battery disconnect switch right here, very convenient. Propane tanks on both sides, so they're balanced instead of just installing them on one side. This makes it really easy to get them in and out. 30 pounds on both sides. Then we come around to the other MoreRide feature of these Solitudes. These are rubber shear springs on this new MoreRide pin box. It allows it to move and have anti-chucking components to give you a much smoother tow and take out a lot of the road shock from just jarring your truck, and also gives the entire camper a smoother tow as you're going down the road. This is of course in front of your big storage compartment that's along the front. It can be prepped and have a generator installed. It would be a propane generator, a Cummins Onan. You do get 2 batteries up here on the residential models that run parallel with the inverter. All vented, of course. This is a switch to the front cap light right there, by the way, up on the front. But you do have a gorgeous, solid front cap all the way up. Really sharp looking lights. up there, and then gorgeous automotive grade decals. There is word that these are going to a more black and white design on the outside, and we'll kind of showcase some of the design features and innovations that they're doing on the inside. But by the way, these decals do have a 5-year warranty from peeling or fading, so they'll stay looking nice for years to come. On this side of the pass-through storage, you're going to notice another MORryde component. That is your electric cord reel. If any of y'all have ever tried to roll up a 50 amp power cord in any months, but especially in the winter months, it's a massive pain. And so what you do is you actually stick this end of the power cord right in here and use the electric cord reel to wind it up and feed it back. Super easy and very convenient to get it all rolled up, and then it's not just laying and taking up all the space in your pass-through storage. On this door is actually your jack control. 2 buttons turns it on. We already have it auto leveled, but another neat feature is it'll remember the height that it was at the last time you got connected or disconnected. So then all we have to do is press hitch height, and you'll notice this is 6-point hydraulic auto leveling, which means that you can actually use the hydraulic leveling to get enough height to change out one of the spares if you ever needed to. Now, I mentioned the 5-year warranty on the decals, but there is also a 5-year warranty on the axles, tires, and wheels. 1 year of the tire warranty, no questions asked. You can pick up a nail on all 4 tires, Grand Design sending you 4 brand new ones. But with the hydraulic leveling, if you're a do-it-yourselfer, you can actually use the hydraulic leveling to get enough height to change out one of the spares if you wanted to. But very simple, very convenient, and the hydraulic leveling, I mean, y'all just witnessed how fast that retracted and went up and down. A lot smoother and a lot quicker than what the electric leveling offers. And very stable as well. And here, this is, well, for first-time campers or full-timers, this is the first place on a camper that I take somebody to. This is your enclosed pump station. Compared to other brands that just have your hose connections on the outside that cause additional incisions to be in your sidewall, this pump station here is all heated and enclosed behind your locked door, so none of your accessories grow legs, but your hose actually runs right up under here. And compared to some other pump stations, what makes the Nautilus system really nice with their partnership with Grand Design is this actually keeps pests and rodents from getting up inside, or small insert that whenever your hoses are there, can allow annoying creatures to get up inside. This actually has its own forced air duct right there. You notice that all you have to do is match up the dry camping connected to city water. If you're going to winterize this thing, all you have to do is match the picture with these colors down here. And so say you're going to winterize something that's really important. This is a 12-gallon water heater, much bigger than the 6-gallon that's standard on other fifth wheels. If you're going to winterize your camper, you don't want antifreeze going to your hot water heater, so you usually have to get into a difficult bypass area on the inside of the camper. On this one, do you know what you do? Real complicated. Follow me now. Flip that switch, just like that. That's your bypass. You then can run a hose here into a bucket of antifreeze, turn on the water pump from right here, and it's going to siphon it through your whole system. Open up your faucets on the inside, and it'll run all the way through the P-trap, and you're done winterizing your camper. That simple. Then also, it does have a black tank flush. Going to keep your black tank from getting all accumulated with junk, keep your sensors reading well. You also have your outside shower here, your tank dumps here, but something that is unique to the Solitude line specifically, even over the S-Class Solitude and the Reflection, is this inline water filter. This Nautilus system is universal on all Grand Design fifth wheels, but this inline water filter is going to ensure that no matter where you go, you have safe and clean drinking and shower water for that matter. And then the last thing that's really important to full-timers is these low point drains. This is the point where water is lowest on your camper. Usually, even on the Reflection models, they're up underneath the camper, exposed, and they can freeze. Whereas these, you notice, this is a forced air duct. And so once this door is closed, it is virtually impossible for your water lines to freeze on this camper. And then notice that your tank pools are right here on the inside also. So that is why this is one of the only true Four Seasons rated, full-time rated campers for all areas of the country. Now, the only other thing on this wall is your furnace outlet. It's in a really convenient place, so at least it's not on the entertaining side. 12-gallon water heater, again, 6-point leveling. There's your main tank dump there. And then again, you do have the Cooper H-rated 17.5-inch tires. But as we look at it, I'm going to point out the very last MORryde feature. That is the MORryde CRE 3000. What's important with any suspension system is the amount of travel that it has. Meaning, most can only really take 1 inch to 1.5 inch pothole in stride without really jarring the camper. The CRE 3000 claims to be able to take 3-inch potholes in stride, so really cut down on the road shock and keep your camper stable and together for miles to come, even on the roughest roads. But very sharp looking camper. Notice how we have the residential frameless windows. I'll point those out on the inside and the benefits of them. It's not just for looks, but also you can open them up when it's raining outside. 4 levels of seals around every slide. And then also you actually have hydraulic slides here in the main area. That's one thing I wanted to kind of point on and focus is if you want to see how well a camper is insulated, Grand Designs are R45 on the subfloor, R40 on the roof, and R11 here in this slide wall, which is incredibly important because usually the slide wall and the rear wall are hollow. And you can tell, you can just push on them and they give. But what's important is to check those 2 areas along with one other place up here in the front. These are hydraulic slides, where this front slide is a Schwintek slide. But if you want to know how well a camper is insulated, bang on the side and rear walls. Again, these are R11 insulated there. But also, if you want to see how well a camper is made when you're out there shopping and you don't have an experienced RV specialist alongside of you, look up underneath the slide here. This is actually rhino lined, a solid subfloor. Most are just plastic lined there, and they have little rollers that can get binded and will keep your slide from rolling in or out. This you don't have to worry about because it is a Schwintek slide, tried and true. But God forbid you ever did have an issue, Grand Design is the only manufacturer that has their own 8 dedicated traveling service technicians that'll actually come to you if you have a trip-ending issue. Say that your slides can't come in or your jacks won't go up. You're sitting duck. You can't bring it to us, but Grand Design will actually come to you, and they're the only manufacturer who offers that level of service and commitment to their customers. But on this backside, we'll go ahead and point out the 3,000-pound receiver hitch. It does have a 300-pound hitch weight on it, so even if you don't want to prep the generator up front directly from the factory, we could very easily install a storage rack on the back for you. It is already prepped for a backup camera, and it's really easy for us to add side view cameras as well to your clearance lights so you can see down the profile of the entire camper. As we go along the front, the thing I didn't point out when we're on this side is the massive 12-foot awning with the 16-foot awning in the front. And these actually have 2 Rockford Fosgate sound system speakers on the outside. These used to just be on the Momentums, and where other camper brands install it in the J-Wrap where it rattles, these big speakers are gonna bump your music without any rattle whatsoever. They have really good sound to them. Now that I've kind of gone over most of the outside components on the camper, I just kind of want to jump right inside and make sure that y'all like this floor plan. We kind of touched on all the basics of the Solitude, but let's kind of tear into what makes the Solitude 345 GK the 345 GK. This is the newest floor plan by Grand Design on the Solitude line, and it's fantastic. This 37-foot 2-inch length overall really fills a void in the Solitude line. The 310 GK was the small guy at 35 feet, and then from there it jumps all the way up to 40 feet usually, unless you looked at a Solitude S-Class. This has all the features of the full-blown Solitudes, the residential frameless windows, the hydraulic leveling, but in that nice 37-foot segment, that extra 2 feet is definitely going towards this desk in the back that we'll get to, but this is going to be a perfect couples camper who's full-timing, a retirement camper, or one that you can actually work camp out of as well. We'll start right here with these massaging and heated recliners. These are great, and compared to what's on the Reflection and some other models, these don't have the parachute cord, as I call them, that you got to self-eject. They actually have their own button to where if I want to be reclined just to here, I can be reclined just to here. But if I want to go all the way back and lay almost fully horizontal, and then turn the massage and the heat on, and then turn on my light, I almost won't finish the video and I almost fall asleep. But you also have a USB port so you can stay working here, and that's what's kind of neat about this little side table also, is it is removable completely, and I actually encourage you to remove it before you bring slides in, before transport. Really simple little metal rod in there that removes. But this gives you a nice little workstation as well over here. 2 cup holders. Again, no, you don't buy a camper like you buy a car by counting them. Still nice to have though. And another little storage compartment there underneath. But I'll show you the storage that's actually overhead, because I'm very impressed by this floor plan and how much space. You notice a slight slant to these cabinets. It just really improves the perception of depth throughout this whole camper. You have the nice glass honeycomb look there. And again, these are Real solid hardwood cabinet doors. Tons of storage all the way across. And that kind of takes us over here to our hutch area with all of this storage up overhead. This panel is actually the back side of where the monitor panel is. We'll get into all that, and this also has your inverter control right there, but they actually gave it a function. You can actually hang your keys here, storage up over the top. Back to this glass front design. It is a new design, and that's one thing, if you're familiar with the Solitude, it used to be a little bit more rustic in here, much more brown, but they went with this more neutral look, and I love it. Between the sconces that I'll point out and this new, they look fantastic, very airy and open. Place for mail, tons of storage, very deep cabinets there. And the secret to making any small space feel big is putting in a mirror, and you can see they did that here. But I'll show you, if you want to make this sofa seem big, I'm going to put it out. It's the only physical labor I get in a day, and so I'm more than happy to show you what kind of bed this makes out to. Super comfy cushion backs, and this just real simply, 2 legs kick right out. Lays very level. And I will tell you, this is almost more comfortable than the RV mattresses they're putting in these things. Again, I'm 6 foot even, and I have plenty of room to even lay like a mummy if I wanted to. Or if you have somebody that you love, it's more than enough room to cuddle up with somebody. But go ahead and flip this back up so you can see how quickly I could just make and take down the bed. Matter of seconds. These nice Thomas Paine back cushions. Got an emergency exit window right there. But what's nice about it is you can actually open it to get some cross ventilation right at that screen door. And what completes this kind of nice front entertaining area is this entertainment space right here. You notice this TCL Smart Roku TV, but what's neat about this is I call it, it's not a coin term by any means, it's not trademarked, but I call it the televator. So the televator is up right now, but you can go ahead and drop it right down, and this is how I'd prefer to have it, because I think the whole point of camping is to disconnect and get away. And so you can lower this TV, drop it all the way down, and then you can enjoy the view of wherever you're parked at. Now, of course, you can raise the TV up so that at night you can be watching movies with the family, but this is very nice, and this is kind of the essence of camping, is just having this nice communal conversation space. But you even have the ambiance set here with the faux place, another coin term, but it is a faux fireplace. It is actually a 5,000 BTU heater, but you actually have a few different both color and flame settings. But it's not just for looks. This is actually a 5,000 BTU heater, which for this small of a space is plenty to heat it all up. And so you can actually conserve your propane. As long as you're connected to shore power, this should be more than enough, especially in Texas for most of the year, to keep you warm. Up top though, you also notice this is the control module for the Rockford Fosgate sound system, all Bluetooth. It actually now even feeds your local TV signal directly through those speakers too, I noticed, which is super neat because it used to not be compatible. Whatever you're watching on the TV would only play through the TV speakers unless it was DVDs. Now it's all integrated, which is very nice. Again, the honeycomb glass here again, but they actually give you a place here. The reason why they give you glass is so that any DVD players, game consoles, stuff like that for you full-timers, you can run the cords right back to, but your remotes and controllers will still work. And by the way, you do have 2 more speakers up underneath as well for good ambient sound. This kind of completes the whole entertainment area, but that really nicely flows on into this kitchen space here. Notice this massive island, nice Corian solid surface countertops. This one's actually prepped for a dishwasher. My wife would want to utilize the storage space. She says that that's why she married me, was to have the dishwasher come along. But tons of storage here, all the way across. No rough cut holes anywhere. And very nice drawers. Notice 2 outlets just right there. And these drawers now, I'll point out, used to be particle board in the bottom in old year models. Now in the new 2021s, all real wood drawers throughout. Very, very nice. Very deep too in that bottom one. But something neat about Grand Design is they take feedback and also discussions across the RV industry and they innovate. And an innovation that they did that kind of is going to settle a lot of debates is the timeless one of, hey, do we do a single sink or a double split sink? They gave you the best of both worlds on this one, and I'll show you. This is one deep sink with a half divider in it. So you can still have a wash and a rinse side, But you can still fit all your big cast iron crock pots or cooktops and your cast iron pan. My wife would kill me if I stumbled on that. She's like, "You're gonna wash my crock pot?" No, you wash a cast iron pan, but it's big enough for anything that you might need to wash even when you're out camping. Then this has the nice adjustable shower head there, and it both has a spray function and just a jet function there. Swivels all the way around. That kind of ties us back over here to this area, and I really have been holding myself back from pointing out this stove and oven. Until this came out recently on the Solitudes, I didn't think something like this was possible. But a 4-burner stove with this large of an oven is incredible. Usually you can't even fit 1 or 2 hands in an oven, but this is big enough to cook your whole Thanksgiving turkey in. And with 4 burners, you could cook all the sides as well. If you didn't want to use the oven to heat up the space, almost anything that you would cook in the oven, you can throw right up here. So in the summer months, you're wanting cookies around the fire, but you don't want to get it all hot inside before bed. Just use the convection microwave. Then we have all this storage all the way across and underneath. Just copious amounts of storage. Overhead, probably a really good spice rack. It's gas assisted too. And hey, what a concept, gave you a place to put a trash can. I'll show you another really neat concept though before I tear into this residential fridge here to show you the capacity of it. Beyond finding a place to put a trash can, the other thing that everybody's always looking for is a place to put your broom and dustpan. And look, give it to you right there along the side. But this is effectively your pantry. Put really tall cereal boxes there, nice real wood, adjustable shelves and drawers underneath as well. And up in this upper cabinet, you actually have an LED light strip that illuminates everything. Instead of just one piddly light up top, you can actually get a view back behind here and actually feel that LED strip and then light up every shelf. But something else that's neat, you notice I'm not too worried about this handle dinking into this fridge. What a concept, Grand Design actually gives you little rubber grommets. It doesn't cost hardly anything, but it's gonna save your brand new fridge from having little dings and dents in it. And this is a full residential Samsung fridge, about 12, 14 cubic feet overall. Really good freezer space down below. It does run off an inverter, so as long as you either have solar panel or connected to your truck or connected to shore power, it's gonna be powered on. And even if you're just running off battery power, 4 or 5 hours, as long as you're not bringing it from room temperature to cold or freezing, it should run for at least 4 or 5 hours with additional storage up here as well. But this is kind of the identity of the 345 GK, is this desk area in the back. Very functional, whether or not you need a workstation or you're just looking for a place to put the dog beds. Very convenient place to do that. And then you have all of this storage up overhead as well. That's what's nice about the Solitude. It is 13.5 feet in total height. What you gain with that is not only all this additional storage space, but you also get much taller slides. Here, you'll notice why they're able to achieve that is the hydraulic slides are able to support more weight. That's why they're so deep. But also with them being tall, they use a triple support beam up over the top with an angular gusset to support all that weight so that over time you're not going to get sags that allow water to get all inside your camper. The other thing that the 13.5 feet allows you to do is not have any floor vents throughout the entire camper. Many of you are accustomed to Grand Designs don't have any floor vents, at least in the main living area, but the reflections being only 12.5 feet. Whenever you get into the front bedroom area, which I'll point out when we get up there, you have floor vents, but on the Grand Design Solitude, you do not. The air ducts are here, side mounted. It's the patented even flow heat system. Disperses the heat a little bit better, and then you can actually lay down rugs, not have to worry about pets or hair or dirt falling down in them. And speaking of dirt and hair and stuff falling down, in the island, you actually have the central vacuum on this one, which is super neat. You have the standard hose connection at the base of the stairs that I'll point out, right near the shoe storage. And again, you have that hose and the pass-through storage that would reach from tip to tip. But having the little sweep duct as well right there is very neat. Here you then have your table. New upholstery here on these. This little flip-up leaf. And notice how it's mounted actually to the wall itself. And then notice this is one of the coolest things on any camper there is, and that's no carpet. There's no carpet on this slide. It's taken years for them to find the innovation to make this possible, because usually the carpet helps with this slide transition space. And if you don't have carpet, then you usually have a big lip that you're tripping on. Now they've had stitched laminate, it's a little bit thicker, and because of the slide wedge that's proprietary to Grand Design, this can roll in and out without the laminate getting caught up underneath it. And it's just awesome to not have to worry about spilling any food or anything here. It's able to be durable and stay looking good for years to come when you're out there on the road. But while I'm sitting, I want to point out two things. One, we'll kind of give you an inside look into this AC unit up top, because there is a new RV airflow system. The RV industry has experienced a shortage of AC units, so Grand Design made an executive decision that they're going to send half the number of ACs instead of half the number of campers. The patented stealth AC system still applies with this figure 8 design that disperses the air better throughout the entire camper. It also is a metal ductwork system instead of what looks like dryer vents up there. It does disperse the air 23% more efficient than even the Whisper Quiet system. But now with the RV airflow, it's really kind of filled that void, because now it's very difficult for Grand Design to be able to provide 3 ACs on their units, and really it is kind of overkill. Even with us in Texas being at 110 degrees, these campers are tested at 110 degrees, the only brand that is. But the RV airflow system, effectively what they did in layman's terms, is put a block of styrofoam up in that AC unit to help direct the air intake more through the ductwork up there in the ceiling. And instead of just 6 cubic feet per minute of output, it's now up to 12 or 13, so almost double the output from the same AC unit. And so that's allowed them to actually have better output. We had a customer who recently traded in a 2-year-old Solitude for a new one, just because he goes through them like underwear and wants the latest and greatest. And he, even from his testimony, claimed that his unit with only 2 ACs has more output than 3 ACs. And his hair is even now moving as he walks underneath the ducts, which is quite a testimony. But with all that being said, if the 2 AC units do scare you, again, know that this camper is R45 insulated just in the subfloor. This subfloor is marine grade decking. It's not tongue and groove plywood like the Reflection or other brands. It is one giant sheet of marine grade decking that doesn't wick water whatsoever, and it actually has a 25-year warranty on it, which is incredible. Speaking of warranties, you also have an 18-year warranty on the roof, which is R40 insulated. Again, we talked about the tire and wheel warranty outside, which is 5 years, the decal warranty at 5 years, but you also have a 3-year structural warranty and a blanket 1-year bumper to bumper that Grand Design services themselves, which is incredible. Then beyond that, if you're still nervous, again, R45, R40 insulation, R11, I wouldn't be, because of how well, not only that this camper is insulated, but how well it's sealed. And that's one of the other things I really share with people that have never looked at a Grand Design before. I'll say this while I'm sitting down, because I'm next to this giant window. This window here, I mean, not only do you get so much view and light angle, but it's gonna allow a lot of light in. This window is tinted, so it's gonna stay cool in here. But how they put in this window is different from any other manufacturer. Usually, a manufacturer is just gonna take a rough cut fiberglass hole, pop the window in and screw it on both sides, and that's the only thing holding it in place, besides butyl putty, which is that black stuff that oozes in the heat and then cracks in the cold. If you don't reseal it every year or two, water's gonna get in behind your fiberglass and ruin it. What Grand Design does different is every single window, all your doors, all your baggage doors, even your water heater cutout is actually framed with aluminum. It's aluminum framed, and then they seal it 4 times. They use Mylar tape, which, if you're unfamiliar with it, has a 25-year life expectancy. It's good for -60 degrees up to 220 degrees. Don't need to reseal it. Then they use PVC foam tape cut to size, PVC foam and silicone. So 4 levels of seals, including the Mylar tape. And not only is that around every window, door, and baggage door, but any incision. That speaker port that I showed you on the outside, they seal it 4 times too, just to guarantee that you don't get any water in here, because that's how you keep the camper lasting for years to come, is keep water out. In between their window seals, their non-wicking marine grade decking, and the 18-year warranty on the roof. Again, I'm not going to say that this is a tank, but I mean, it's a solid house on wheels, this Grand Design Solitude. The 2 other things I didn't really point out when we're back over here in this corner was this USB station. It's something that has been out on the market for a while, but Grand Design wanted to perfect it. they actually decided to move it away from the island in the kitchen that you see in most models. That way it's not getting interfered with water. You know, water and electricity doesn't typically mix. But speaking of keeping water out, something neat about this Max Air fan, it does a great job of ventilating this whole area. It's effectively a ceiling fan or a vent right there in your kitchen. What's neat about it is it actually has a rain sensor on it. So speaking of keeping water out, as soon as it senses any moisture, it's gonna close itself automatically. And so then you don't have to worry about coming back home after letting your camper air out and having a whole puddle of water on your floor. But speaking of puddles of water on the floor, I think we should get up to the bedroom already and the bathroom so that we can show you the shower and all that up there. So check out this bathroom. So in this bathroom, first you got this nice sliding pocket door, which is just great. It doesn't restrict the space as you're moving in and out. And this magnet, you really gotta watch. I mean, you gotta really muscle it to get it open. So you're gonna know if somebody's trying to creep in on you. But as we go into this bathroom, some changes that they made on this newest 2021 that were requested were deepening the sink, and they did that. Gave you a nice deep stainless sink, new hardware here, gave it a black look, and you got a lot better storage up underneath as well, and how they angled it. Again, no rough cut holes anywhere, nice medicine cabinet, give you the toilet paper holder so you can put it exactly where you want. And then you have all this deep storage along the back, and you be careful, you could really lose an arm back there. And even give you a towel holder, but you're gonna need that towel holder because you're gonna be taking a lot of showers in this one when you see the shower, because you got 4 shower heads in here, which is awesome. Nice deep drop-in pan. It's about 6 to 8 inches deep, and so those of you who request a bathtub and a shower, or a bathtub and a camper, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna find a water heater big enough to fill it, but this is at least deep enough for you to give kids or the dog a bath here. But this has an adjustable shower head there, another 2 here, and then 1 up top. But I do wanna point out, this is a completely redesigned shower pan, but Grand Design does listen to their customers, takes feedback. When they debuted this, people love this, but they're like, hey, where'd my seat go? Where am I gonna put my soap? So we're gonna upload a video in a photo in the comments that shows, I just had a Momentum go out this morning that has 2 metal shower caddies here with a teak wood seat that flips up and down, which is incredible. Looks really, really nice. But again, we'll put those pictures in the comments. Those are to come on everything offline from this point on all Solitudes and Momentums. Are gonna have this shower head, but with the shower caddy and now the teak wooden seat. So very nice bathroom though. Porcelain toilet, of course, this should be a no-brainer. But again, I was pointing out that the air ducts for the heat are not in the floor. You can see where the one in the bathroom is right there. But hey, let's check out this bedroom. In terms of full timing bedrooms, this is what everybody asked for. You have the king bed slide, the front cap closet, and what's nice about the king bed slide, not only do you get so much more walking space around the bed, but you get the windows up in the front cap that allow you to get good air circulation back and forth. I didn't point out these nice roller shades, but of course no pleated ones on this price point of camper. Roll up and down real nice and block out all the light. This is a king bed, but you still get the side tables on either side, USB ports and outlets there. And then as we look at the bed, what's neat, talk about utilizing every square inch. Yes, we have walk around space, but when you want to put your shoes on and get ready, it's really nice to have this ottoman here with storage still inside of it. And then you get all of this storage up underneath the bed too. Gas assisted, handles it all itself, but you have all the storage across the top, deep compartments on either side. And you notice the little cubbies along the side of the bed. That's where my customers who have CPAP machines and want to keep a gun beside the bed, that's where you put it. And really convenient use of the space there. Talk about hidden compartments in this dresser. Again, in Texas, this is the gun storage here, but other ladies want to use it for jewelry as well. But equally good use of that space. And you have all these deep drawers here in the dresser. Same on both sides. TV automatically comes equipped here. Then not only do you have your washer dryer connections in here, but you got 3 outlets there, by the way. You can either do a stackable or a combo washer dryer. Our parts department's more than equipped to help you make the right decision there. Just make sure you don't go with a ventless model. All of these washer dryers can be vented because of where they have the connections at. Then the nice mirror, roll away door. And notice all the cubbies. Do such a good job of utilizing the space, give you a place to put your shoes, your hat, and of course, great hanging space as well, all the way through. But there is something unique about the front cap of this. They do that aluminum framing I was talking about around the windows. They actually still give you an aluminum superstructure around the nose and the front cap. Can't tell you how many fifth wheels I've had traded in, already delaminating along the front cap, and it's because the only thing that's keeping that shape is literally cardboard that the fiberglass is adhered to. But the vacuum and bonded process that Grand Design uses on their fiberglass, you don't have to worry about that. But again, love the look. They change small things that again you wouldn't really notice unless you're in and out here every day, like actually framing the valances of these windows. But the redesign of this new 2021, I'm excited to see what the decals look like on the outside. I'm excited to see that shower in this model. But we're also excited for you to possibly come down and see this in person. It is a great floor plan, and there's only 2 more features that we really wanted to point out, and that's the new control panel over here. You gotta find out how to control this thing if you're gonna buy it. So we'll teach you all about it. First, you have the traditional monitor panel here. I don't really have to teach you about. We do a full hour-long instructional walkthrough, 2 hours actually on a fifth wheel, teaching you all the components and how to use them. But this is new. This is the one control system that was originally on the Momentums, has been for years, and they put it on the Reflection this year. But this controls everything from your lighting, your leveling, your slides, your awnings, everything you can put in and out right from this touch panel. Even the leveling, you can actually control incrementally all 6 jacks. What's even cooler though is this QR code here. You can actually scan on your phone and control through the One Touch Control app. So you can be your own spotter on the outside so that you're not right here screaming through the camper, hey honey, I'm about to hit that tree when you're at a really tight campsite. You can actually be your own spotter on the outside, controlling your own jacks. If it's raining outside, you're about to get out of your truck, control it right on your phone. And that convenience is incredible. It's awesome to be in the year 2021 and be camping, because this technology is gonna definitely add a whole new level of convenience that wasn't possible before. But this has been the 345 GK Solitude. Sorry that it has been a lengthy walkthrough. We wanted to take you through not only the floor plan, but the bones and what makes a Solitude and what makes a Grand Design a Grand Design. We hope that you loved it. I mean, we love it, love these new sconces, these new lights, and the new floor plan. But we'd love to get your thoughts, and we'd love to actually show it to you in person. We do these video walkthroughs to get your feedback, try to show you what goes on behind the cabinets and behind the walls, but it's not the same as you coming down and seeing it in person. A lot of great associates that can help you at almost a half dozen different locations. We have our location here in Sanger. We have Denton, Texas, down in Rockwall, Fort Worth, and Oklahoma City. We sell Grand Designs, KZs, and Winnebago. But again, my name's Hunter Pruitt. I'm the Grand Design Product Specialist here at the McClain's in Sanger. But would love to answer some of your questions, so please interact, provide us your feedback, let us know what you thought about this floor plan and which one you'd like to see in the future. But come down and see us. We'd love to show you what units we have in stock, have more coming in by the day, and so be sure to get yours before the summer craze starts all over again. But thank you again for watching. This is the RV Hunter.
Hi, my name is Dane Wise. Welcome to the McClain's Virtual RV Show. I'm here today to talk to you about the Transcend 260RB by Grand Design. We'll first start off here at the electric tongue jack. It's a 12-volt tongue jack. Also have behind it the 20-pound propane tanks. We could upgrade this to a 40 pound if you guys wanted to, but I like 20 pounds because it's easy and convenient to swap out when you're on your camping. Behind it is where your batteries would go. As we come through here, we got 43 cubic feet of pass-through storage. Also like how this is insulated and you can't beat the magnetic catches. Super convenient. Also, this allows me to tell you guys a little bit about our satin tough coated wall. As far as an aluminum wall, can't really do that to this guy. After that, we also have a power awning. This power awning is 19 feet in length. It's one of the biggest ones that the Explorer version offers. Also gives you, say you got some snow or rain, it allows you to drop that accordingly just by the ease of your hand. Here we got a door. This door does have the friction hinge, so on a windy day, it's not going to be blowing that door around. Have some aluminum steps. Here's where you'd put your potable water. So say if you're getting your water from a river or from your house before you go on your trip, you'd be able to put it in there to go to your tanks. Here we have a hot water tank. This is a 17.8 gallons per hour water tank. It's a gas electric. Here we have, if you had a TV, you wanted to, while you're hanging out here, this would allow you to hook up and be on your TV outside. Here, just to stop here, this is a radial tires. These guys are nitrogen filled. They come with a 5-year warranty. Inside of here also, you have a galvanized wheel well, something that sets themselves apart. So if you did have some kind of blowout, it's not going to destroy the trailer, but instead give you some ease of mind. Here is your furnace. This is a 30,000 BTU furnace to help heat the RV. Now we're here onto the rear cap. On the rear cap, you do have a spare tire. You also have a ladder. This ladder is super handy because it's going to allow you to get up onto your roof while you're doing maintenance, checking on it to see if there's anything you need to do to help keep that roof. Speaking of this roof, it comes with an 18-year warranty. It's a TPO membrane. And also on top of there is solar. So we've got 160 watt solar panel along with a 25 amp charger to help keep your batteries charged while they run all your 12-volt systems. Also, right here is a camera prepped. So if you bought a camera system, it's a nice, easy plug and play. Coming here on the side, we've got a tank flush for whenever you've got your gray and black tanks. Whenever you want to flush those, you can hook it up to a hose and push those around. This is a 30 amp service, so it's going to get you into most of your RV parks. Also down here is a nice stabilizing jacks. These are 5,000 pound stabilizing jacks. That comes with 4 of them. This is the slide. This is the only slide of the unit, but this slide is huge, which really opens up the inside. Here you have a vent fan that goes over your stove. Here's another gray tank flush for your kitchen. And then last but not least, here's the other side of that pass-through storage. It does have a central docking station, so you have one place to get hooked up, not all over the RV, which I find very convenient. And there are those magnet catches. So now we've seen the outside, let's go inside and see what's in there. All right, now we're here on the inside. We're in the master bedroom in the front of the RV. I just want to show you a couple things. One, this is a his and hers wardrobe, so you have plenty of space for your hang-ups, for storage for his and her. This is also a queen size bed, so it's 60 by 80. It's got hydraulic storage underneath. You got plenty of outlets, including 2 USBs right here. Something else I love about this is you have a pocket door here. This is a solid door that will close and separate the bedroom from the living. Now let's swing around here and I'll show you guys the living kitchen. Starting here, we have the convenience center. This convenience center is where you're going to be running your awnings and your slides, and also you can get your diagnostics on your tanks. Speaking of tanks, Transcend has one of the best size tanks out there when it comes to gray, when it comes to black, and when it comes to fresh water. Now that we swing around here, I can show you this giant deep stainless steel residential sink. Also, with this faucet, it has a hose on it, so you have a sprayer. You also have plenty of counter space to cut your vegetables, prep, any kind of meal prep you're doing. This allows you to have plenty of space. Also got your outlets for your crock pots and your coffee machines, all that good stuff. Plenty of storage. And then we'll move on over here to the refrigerator. This is a 12 volt, 8 cubic foot refrigerator. This 12 volt, instead of using propane while you're going down the road, is going to work off your battery / solar system. Also here, and I just want to show you all of this. This is one giant slide. This opens this whole entire place up. Something else I wanted to show you while I have you here. You don't notice any kind of floor vents. Well, that's what Transcend and Grand Design does. They do things a little bit different, pretty innovative. What they've done is they've put vents into the sidewalls so that they don't collect debris and dirt. Also, something that you don't notice here, there's no carpet in this RV. One of the greatest things about this is you don't have to worry about carpet to vacuum, to keep dirt out of. This allows you to keep it nice and swept. Back over here, we got plenty of storage. We got a nice Furrion microwave, got the hood vent, and then I love this glass backsplash on a 3-burner Furrion stove / oven. Also have some nice ambient light to go with it. Plenty of storage. These are solid wood drawer fronts and cabinets. Also, this is a very pet friendly RV. This was where you would put your dog food for your pets. As we keep coming through here, one of the cool things I like about this unit and all these Transcends is when I open this door, a light's going to turn on. It's sensored. I think that is the coolest thing because it's something that you don't have to worry about. Plenty of storage. Get a nice view in that. Quite amazing. Also, we have additional storage here, but in here is a Bluetooth / DVD player by Jensen. This connects to your smart TV. This is something that Transcend has just started coming out with, where they give you a TV with your RV. This is a smart TV, so it's going to run all your Netflix, your apps, pretty much anything and everything that you can run off of a computer. There's a Bluetooth. This also has 2 zones, so it's got speakers in the ceilings and it also has speakers outside. This is going to run both zones. You can run one at a time, whatever works best for you guys. Also, got to get a look at that storage. Plenty of space for all your DVDs, board games, you name it, you can store it in this trailer. Alright, so now we're over here. This is theater seating, but it also comes with another option. It comes with a tri-fold love seat option that would actually pull out and be like a full-size bed. Some people like the theater seating, just to kind of show. It's parachute cord, and then it goes back, so it makes it real easy to fall asleep. Super easy. Next, what we have here is this dinette. This is a booth dinette. On here, you've got two versions of this cushion. You've got this nice side that's gray, and then you also have a linen side. This is a great linen side, but if you got kids or pets or just want to keep it nice and clean, you can switch it. I also love this live wood edge that they've got here. It still goes down and turns into a bed, but I just love that. It's even for a bigger gentleman like myself, this is plenty of space. Underneath, you do have additional storage that you can get into and store all kinds of stuff. Lastly, we're going to move into the rear bath, which the 260RB stands for rear bath. This thing is huge. Coming in here, you got plenty of space to do your changing. You also got plenty of counter space here. So you got hot water, cold water, plenty of space here, tons of storage for your medicine cabinet, so your toothpaste, toothbrush, all that great stuff. I love the additional window here. So while you're using the restroom, you can actually look out. And then also, all Grand Designs come with a nice porcelain toilet. Lastly, this is the shower. This shower, very nice headroom for a taller person like myself. I'm 6'1". I could easily shower in here just fine. Also, you've got a nice curtain here. This curtain is a self-wicking, so it wicks itself as it's going back in, so it will stay dry and not mold on you. Also, lastly, there is tons of storage in here to keep your towels, any other things that you might need in your bathroom. All right, so that ends the tour for our 260RB Transcend by Grand Design. I've had a lot of fun with you guys today, and I appreciate you guys coming out to our virtual show. Come on in so we can actually see this, and I can actually sit down with you guys and show you everything you're going to need to get you guys camping. Thank you, and we appreciate your business.
Hey guys, welcome to McClain's RV in Fort Worth. My name is Ryan Copeland and I'm going to be featuring the 59P PX actually. This unit comes in two different models. There is the P and the PX. Today will be the PX. So we'll start over here. So on this particular unit, it actually comes with the off-road package. So you're going to see the BF Goodwrench KO2 tires. That's going to help you for whenever you're in the rain, sleet, snow, anything like that. It is a front wheel drive on the ProMaster series. Starting here, and then we'll go on inside. You actually have the quick connect for the propane right here, easy access. Also what Winnebago did was add a sewer hose connection. We'll come around over here to the outside. So one thing that makes things unique with Winnebago is on this Class B van is all the water connections are in the inside. So your de-winterize, your dry camping, your power fill, easy access, and it also stays warm so you don't have to worry about any of those tanks or the water hoses freezing up. Now for this bar, one thing that's unique about this is you can hang up the clothes. You can hang up a shower curtain right here so you can take an outside shower and actually have some privacy. 3,500 pound hitch. And on the driver's side over here, we actually have, here's your 30 amp hookups. So if you guys are hooked up to shore power, you have full connections there. This is your gray waste tank drain. So that'll be all your gray water. For the black water, it actually goes into a 5-gallon cassette. So this gives you the ability to dump it anywhere. That is safe. Over here will be your exhaust. So on the Truma Combi, that will give you, that is your tank, your water heater and your furnace for the inside. It will run off of both gas and electric. We'll step around over here to the inside. And here we are on the camping side. So if you look right in here, we actually have a quick connect for a shower hose. So if you need to hose the kids off before you come in, spray your feet off if you're on the beach. Once we come inside, you'll notice both of these seats both swivel, so it gives you plenty of space to sit and feel comfortable inside the coach. You also have 2 seats right here, so this end will seat 2 with the tri-fold seat belt. This motorhome for a Class B van is very unique because it actually gives the capability of sleeping 4 comfortable. We have 2 that can actually sleep in the pop top up here. Open the screens, enjoy the stars, the beach, the mountains, wherever you're located at. Plenty of room in here. I'm 6'3", if that gives you guys a good idea of how tall this camper actually is. And one thing I really like that they did is all the cabinets, they actually magnet to the top right here. So if you need to load your storage or anything like that, you don't have to hold this up and try and get access to all this stuff. Lots of counter space. You actually have an additional for prep right here. Nice little 2-top cook burner. Stainless steel sink. And lots of storage up underneath as well. Now for the bathroom, this is a wet bath. Really good amount of room in there as well. Now, I said that you could sleep 4 in here comfortably. So with this bed, this one is the Murphy bed. So I'll show you guys. Comes down like this. And just like that, you've got space for 2 more. And this concludes the video on the 2021 Winnebago Solis. We are one of 5 locations in the McClain's stores, all the way from Texas to Oklahoma. This video really doesn't do this much justice. I would love to have you guys come out and take a look at it in person and actually get to put your hands on it. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and we hope to see you guys soon.
Welcome to McClain's RV Superstore in South Fort Worth. My name is Kyle Hall. I'll be going over the Winnebago View 24V. At first, I'd like to start out by under the hood just to show you guys a little bit about the Winnebago. This is on a Mercedes-Benz chassis. As you can see right here, you have an easily convenient def. It's going to be a 50-to-1 ratio, so that means 50 gallons of fuel versus 1 gallon of def. As you can see right here, in case of anything, you have a battery quick connect. So if you do run out of juice, you can jump start your coach easily right there. Over here, we're going to look at the LED lights. Very nice upgrade. Move over to body paint. We do have stainless steel wheels. Right here we have a very quiet door. They upgraded the door. It has automatic steps. Inside this door you're going to have a place to put some towels or some Kleenexes. Also you'll have a little trash can. Up here is going to be the lock, so you can deadbolt the door from the inside, which is a very nice safety feature. We do have an automatic awning with LED lights. It does have the rain sensor, so if the wind picks up a little bit too much, it'll automatically retract back in. Here's some of your storage right here on the outside. Not big enough for your golf clubs, of course, but big enough. And then right over here, we're gonna have our quiet diesel 3200 watt generator made by Onan. And we also have a quick connect port right here, so you can put a bigger gas grill out here and do some cooking. On this unit, being that we have a full bedroom in the back, we're gonna have a lot of pass-through storage, so you can find plenty of stuff to put back there like your golf clubs. More storage underneath here. It's a dry storage, so you can put your sewer hose, water hose, and everything else like that. You do have a ladder on the back that's a fully walkable roof, and it is a fiberglass roof. It's gonna have a 10-year parts and labor warranty. You have a 5,000-pound hitch and a 500-pound vertical, so plenty of storage, plenty of towing there. Back here, you're gonna have your wet bay, so you'll have a hot and cold. Right here in this little black box, you're gonna have an automatic transfer switch. What that does is give you the capability when the storm hits, you don't have to unplug from yourself and plug back in. It automatically transfers the power back to itself. You have a Truma AquaGo, that's gonna be your instant hot water, so you're not sitting there wasting all your fresh water. They're all equipped with the power slide and an awning up top. Underneath here, we're gonna have your sewage. And then we have your LP tank. So when you come around here to the driver's side door, probably the most convenient feature right here, you can fill your fuel up right here. If the weather's bad and you don't want to leave your door open, you can close the door right behind you, keep on fueling. And that's the talk of the outside. Walk with me inside and let's go talk about it. Inside the Winnebago View 24V, both captain chairs are going to rotate so that you have a full seating lounge. As you notice, the Mercedes-Benz on the radio, that's a 10.25-inch touchscreen radio, so it gives you a large navigation area to look at. You do have a table right here that you can put so that you can have something to eat. You'll have your bunk over right here. Very easy to maneuver. Ladder stores right here, attaches to here when you're wanting to climb up. As you can notice back here in the back, we have a plug for 12 and 110. We have a convenient light and also windows that are going to vent out so that you get some fresh air. This Winnebago has the theater seats. It also has day and night shades, which is very nice. Lots of storage in this coach. You're gonna have a push button technology that'll lock it for transit mode. Over here in the kitchen, we're gonna have your TV. Behind the TV, we have some storage. This one has the sound bar upgrade. We do have a roof access area so that if you wanna add satellite or anything like that, we can go from that port and not have to put extra holes in your coach. The double sink right here, very nice. You can have one for wet, one for dry. On the back side is a bamboo cutting board so that you can use these as that. You have dual mode cooking top. You have a true induction and you have your gas. The inductions will take any plate or pan that will hold a magnet. You have a convection microwave up top, very nice. You have a 12-volt compressor-driven refrigerator, which has your refrigerator down low and your freezer up above. And then easily located right above the refrigerator is your central command area. It's going to have your generator start, your slide, your battery, your tank, and your solar. So all in one place. This door is going to swing all the way open. You have a little towel rack right here. Plenty of storage underneath the sink. And in the corner, you're going to have a Truma Aqua Hot, just like we talked about on the outside. That's your instant hot water with the water pump located right there for more pressure. You have a nice medicine cabinet. This shower door is also a squeegee door. So when you get out of the shower and it retracts, you're going to automatically put water back into the shower, which is nice so you don't have mold or mildew. Now, if you can get back here, look how big this king size bed area is. It's fantastic. So you can have one huge bed, or you can easily convert it, which I'll show you right here, into two twin size beds. And then you could just store that right here. You have storage underneath each bed. You'll have a closet on this side. This also stores your table that's out there by the captain chairs. And you'll have storage on this side with shelves that are adjustable. You still have your day and night shades back here. Plenty of lit storage. You'll have lights up top up here. And you have your catch-all back here, so you can put your phone, wallet, iPad, whatever you have, because you have charging stations underneath all your cabinets. These lights are nice. If you get up in the middle of the night, you can turn the blue on, or you can do your reading lights. You do have a TV back here. It's a 24-inch TV, so that you can watch a little TV while you're in bed. You do right here in the roof, you have a curtain divider, so you have a little bit of privacy back here while you're sleeping. And that's about it, folks. I appreciate y'all watching my video, and come see me at the Fort Worth location. My name is Kyle Hall, and I'd be glad to help you.
Thanks for joining us on our RV show. Now stay tuned, because there's going to be more live Facebook spots with presentations, promos, and incredible deals to take advantage of. Now remember, all 5 locations are here to serve you. So call them, email, but most of all, walk in and take advantage this weekend of the promos and specials we have going for you. This was presented to you by McClain's RV. Thanks a lot.